Hello, everyone. It is I in my humble abode here. Uh, I like to watch other people's videos, especially when it comes to uh, human relationships. And I found a few where very much the belief is in there as well. I just watched one where uh, uh, why chosen ones, but God, have no friends or relationships and they're kind of isolated, and God has his hidden reasons for that. The guy starts talking, and I'm hearing all this. It was so odd on how everything started out on a negative note, right? To make one feel better, if you, oh yeah, that sounds like me. I have no friends, and my family doesn't like me for, the reasons that, not sure what are the reasons. Okay, well, anyway, because then if that happens, it's God removing all these relationships, so if you're a chosen one, so that then your spirit then can start to grow towards purity and all that jazz. And I'm listening and I'm going, but what is this doing again? Sounds like, what, there's only a few out there? Or the ones that fit this category, as if not everyone can be a chosen one. As far as I know, we're all God's children, regardless if you're from Cain's side or from Seth's side, and explain that. Okay? It's not segregating people out. It's just, let's be honest, there are really good people out there. They walk life, they take responsibility. Yeah, not everything's always hunky-dory, and we don't always get to do what we want, due to the fact that we care to take responsibility for the things we need to. Yes, I'm just saying. And then there are the ones who just don't care. A very simple example, man or woman. You start you get married, you start having children, and then you decide, oh, but the grass is greener on this other side. Start up some other relationship before you're even done with the one that you just created, the family you created. And, right? Yes? Okay. And then walk away and leave the one behind who's willing to keep going with the responsibility, for example, of taking care of the children. I'm just saying. That's a simple example happening quite often now, right? Yes? And so that's not a good person, not in my opinion. I don't care what anyone else says about it. I'm taking my stance. You walk away from the family for no other reason. There are certain reasons I have to say, but then you don't walk away. You usually just walk away from the person, but you take your children with you, right? Yes? I'm just saying. Right? Again, there's a difference there too. Understand me right? And those are not good people. They're not. People are scamming others. They're not good people. People who abuse children and women and men, boys. They're not good people. People who get in a car, drunk, drive, have an accident. And let's keep it simple. People who get in a car under any kind of influence, I don't care if it's painkillers, drugs, other drugs, street drugs, alcohol, or you're even too tired to actually drive, you're not a good person. Those are not good people. They've got decision-making issues. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Anywho. So, yeah, there is a division when it comes to good people and bad people, Cain's people and Seth's people. Okay? It's as simple as that. No big discussion needed, though I just did. But anyway, we're all God's children. We have freedom of will. We get to choose. Yes? We get to choose. Do you want to be one of the chosen ones? Wait. Again, chosen ones. What is that? What does that even mean? Okay? Oh, so some people are spiritually, like me, more inclined, have a little greater look into things, when it comes to both worlds that are working very well together. And if I remember, I'll tell you the rest of that story in the end. And but then, okay, so what? That makes me a chosen one in a way. Here, I'm doing this condition to read the Bible for the reputation of God. That makes me a chosen one. Seriously. Yeah, see, I don't go for that kind of manipulation. Because here's the other thing. What about the great painters out there and artists, of which one I have two? Yeah, all my children are amazing in their own areas of expertise. Absolutely wonderful. They're the chosen in their profession that they love. They're the chosen in their talents, in their gifts. And so is everyone else, aren't they? So when it comes down to it, everyone out there is a daughter of God, our heavenly parent, and a son of God, our heavenly parent. Yes? Everybody. Everyone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, and then we make our own choices according to that, don't we? And everybody should ask themselves, how worthy are you? Are you there yet? Are you there yet? I'm just saying. Anyway, so I don't know. I think this is the same guy I've been listening to a couple other videos, and it irked me in the same way on how that's the one that I talked in another video not too long ago about on how he decided, which religions are a cult, right? And which ones aren't or something. And where also that irked me too because of the just simplicity of it, which simplicity is fine, but it can also really distort things, right? Because they're not laid out properly. Yes? Sometimes just general view of something does not give you the full view, right? Yeah. Okay, well, start it with that. So let's get going here. In Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel 31, we are going to get to I feel like, again, I'm reading this book, and it's just goes on and on and on. It's probably because I don't read every day, which I should. The cedar tree. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Cedar is a great wood. And it does help with clothes if you put a cedar stick in with your wool stuff and all. Yeah. All right. Besides, it smells really good too. It's really, yeah, cedar tree. Cedar trees, yeah, I like cedar. It's a beautiful looking wood too. The color, the smell, the use for it. Yeah, every tree I'm sure has its. Okay, now I'm getting into that stuff. 31. In the 11th year, on the first day of the third month, the word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows: Son of man, say to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his throng of subjects, what can compare with you for greatness? Okay, let me just check on something. The 11th year on the first day. And the 10th year on the 12th day. Oh, so this is after. Okay, that's what I wanted to check on. What can compare with you for greatness? I know a cedar tree in Lebanon with noble branches, dense foliage, lofty height. Its top pierces the clouds. The waters have made it grow. The deep has made it tall, pouring its rivers round the place where it is planted, sending rivulets to all the wild trees. This is why its height was greater than that of other wild trees. Its branches increased in number, its boughs stretched wide, because of the plentiful waters making it grow. All the birds of heaven nested in its branches. Under its boughs all wild animals dropped their young. In its shade sat many. It was beautiful in its size, in the span of its boughs. For its roots were in plentiful waters. I'm going to have to stop here for a second. Something's going absolutely through my mind. I'm trying to remember back on what I was going to tell you at the end, and it is completely gone. So be it. There was no cedar like it in the garden of God. No cypress had branches such as these. No plane tree could match its boughs. No tree in the garden of God could rival its beauty. I had made it so lovely with its many branches that it was the envy of every tree in Eden in the garden of God. Very well, the Lord Yahweh says this: since it has raised itself to its full height, has lifted its top into the clouds, and has grown arrogant about its height, I have handed it over to the prince of the nations for him to treat as its wickedness deserves. I have rejected it. Foreigners, the most barbarous of nations, have cut it down and deserted it. How to, again, human behavior in a way, and how, okay, and it, to compare that to a cedar tree, that just doesn't make sense to me. On the mountains in all the valleys lie its branches, its broken boughs are in every ravine throughout the country. Everybody in the country has fled its shade and deserted it. On its wreckage perch all the birds of heaven. All the wild animals have advanced on its branches. So in future let no tree rear its height beside the waters, none push its top into the clouds. No water tree stretch its height towards them, for all of them are doomed to death and to the depths of the underworld, with the common run of humanity, with those who sink into oblivion. The Lord Yahweh says this: the day it went down to Sheol, I imposed mourning. I closed the deep over it. I stopped its rivers, and the plentiful waters dried up. I made Lebanon dark because of it, and all the wild trees wilted because of it. With the noise when it fell, I made the nations quake, as I hurled it down to Sheol, with those who sink into oblivion. In the depths of the underworld, all the trees of Eden took comfort, and the pick of the loveliest trees of the Lebanon, all irrigated by the waters. And its offspring among the nations, once living in the shade, went down to Sheol with it, to those who have been slaughtered by the sword. Which of the trees of Eden compares with you for glory and greatness? Yet you have been hurled down with the trees of Eden to the depths of the underworld, among the uncircumcised, and there you lie with those who have been slaughtered by the sword. So much for Pharaoh and all his throng, declares the Lord Yahweh. All right. I was kind of hoping. Oh, the next is the crocodile. I was kind of hoping for a little bit something more, but it didn't happen. I think that I can't remember. I cannot. It's not. I don't know where it went about what I wanted to talk about at the end. So it's not important at the moment. It'll come back another time. I think that, well, one thing that attracts me to videos that talk about aloneness is not because, oh, I'm so alone, there's no one there beside me. I kind of say that quite a bit, not a lot, but it comes back to my mind, from and more from Shrek, the donkey, right? More because it's kind of a joke for me, right? Yes, it's a funny kind of thing for me, uh, and it isn't that there isn't anyone beside me. It's not. I always, even as a child, enjoyed being alone. I've always had a lot of things to do, and most of the time people weren't fast enough for me to keep up. And so, of course, when you're with other people and you're doing things and you realize they're not catching up, they're not fast enough, they're lagging behind now, but because you're part of the group, you start to have to lag behind as well. And I was always something going, man, that's holding me back, right? Yes? So being by yourself, you can go at your own speed. Yes? Regardless, you go on your own speed. But for me, that was never that I didn't have friends. I chose a certain way of life that I felt was balanced enough. Yes? I mean, so again, I think that these videos that are kind of manipulating people a little bit, yes, they're messing with your mind. They validate something that I say, don't let other people do that. Validating means it's the truth. And I see it in the comments on how people go, yeah, I don't have any friends and I don't have any relationships. I'm just alone. Well, that doesn't make you chosen. Okay? That's not. That's it. That chosen thing is, to me, it's like, how much more narcissistic can you get than that? To think because someone else tells you your lifestyle, you must be a chosen one. You're a chosen one. Now I tell you, anyway, so balance. I think there should be a balance, a willingness to give things some balance. Yes, rather than just. But here's the other thing with all that. One thing that I agreed with was, or could agree with if it weren't for all the other stuff around, is I searched for the heart of God. I really did. Not just searched, it was always there, and I wanted to understand it. I wanted to become a part of, not just in words, but in actions, become a part of it. And I believe that I have achieved that. Because I look at things, again, I do not believe, and that's why reading the Old Testament and coming across all this stuff, I'm going, but that's not the God I know. If you don't understand God, if you do not know the heart to mind of God, understand the purpose of creation, then you most likely are going to go with the mayhem supposedly God seems to love so much. Yes? To not even protect his own children, say the Israelites, because they're under attack as well. I'm just saying. But that's only, you say, well, God, I guess, gets angry too and feels rejected, and that's God's way of lashing out. But when you really start to understand the principles of creation and the heart of God, the heart to mind of God that went into it all, and specifically into the creation we are as human beings, start to realize that it's true that everything that was created in the beginning was good. Everything is absolutely good. Then a lot of things we're being told, walked into, when it comes to understanding, a lot of things in belief, when it comes to belief, just don't compute anymore. Okay? Yes? And so I would say, again, there too, freedom of will, freedom to choose. It is a journey, I call it journey of faith. The journey to God depends on each one of us. You want it or you don't want it. Yes, I wanted it. That doesn't make me a chosen one. It just makes me someone that chose that particular path in life. And pretty darn happy with it. Yes? Okay. Oh, now I remember. Let's see, what time is it? The weather. So let me just see. Now it just came back. I said everything I needed to say. So in Korea, our true mother's still in she's in the hospital, but she's still considered in detention. and they're having a bad heat wave. Though, I mean, 110 here in certain places in the United States in the summer is not uncommon either. Okay, 110 for a couple of days. The humidity sometimes drives things up even more. But 100, yeah, between 95 and 100, right? We've had this here. And then with the humidity, it feels, well, okay. So it's not like, okay, but that didn't create an emergency. That just, you were given some, if people dumb enough to go out there and, okay, get a heat stroke. But you were given some warnings. Say, hey, it's going to be really hot. Dress accordingly. Behave accordingly. Right? Yes? So in Korea, they're having this heat wave. And, the president there, who present our true mother, I wouldn't want to be that guy. No. Sounds like King Herod kind of thing to me. Okay, I'm just saying. I hope he comes to his senses, but this is ridiculous what they've been doing. But anyway, and he declared it, it's a case of emergency, right? That they're in an emergency with this heat wave going on. And I listened to that, and as far as I know, they have every year, they have, in the past too, they had these heat waves, so I don't know what's so special about this one. But I thought about it, and I'm going, wow, our weather here has been so interesting. It's July. No, it's August. It's August now. And through June, July, and now it's August, the weather has, I think I watered out there twice so far. That's like unheard of. Okay, twice. Otherwise, it's been sunny, it's humid out there, yeah. But even the weather, it's not as hot as I remember it the last years. It's like a perfect summer. It rains at least every other day. Good thunderstorms coming through at least every other day. Enough that I just watch things. I planted it, and I'm just watching it grow. I don't have to do anything. A little bit of weeding, but just watch it grow. I've eaten so many things out of the garden here already, where things just kind of grow because I throw the seeds wherever. And just finished up the acorn squash. That was a volunteer as well, which I got, three of them. One was a pretty good size, and then some smaller ones. I just finished those off. Delicious. All kinds of other things that just come up by itself. Anyway, I gotta watch the time. I'm having issues with my lower body where it just doesn't want to move right. It's just like, oh my gosh, what happened? And so we are here, where I am at. We got the most amazing weather, perfect weather, for growing things, for the comfort of everyone. Right? Yes, lots of lawnmowers going though. That's one thing. And here I am. I'm just saying. I'm not saying just making this comparison. Okay, here I am doing this condition, kind of according to my speed. But I'm doing it for the reputation of God, as a true daughter to our heavenly parent. Yes, just saying. And here's Korea, South Korea, who has the most amazing woman behind bars. The restored Eve, true mother, behind bars, basically. Trying to convict her. It's been taking them, gosh, it's got to be going on for soon, a year. No conviction. Insane. And they're being hit. Disaster hit with heat. Anyway, I think I mentioned that. I think I did mention that somewhere else. Where I went in one post and I said, well, they should just let her go and then maybe things will cool down. Just saying. Yes. I do believe that spirit world works together with us, even with the weather. Though I don't believe necessarily that we don't control the weather. It's a give and take. And that's another thing in the divine principle I loved, the give and take part. Yes? Give and take action. Anyway, that's the end. I gotta go. Running out of time here. Talk more about it some other time. Yes. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Yes. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying, and I will talk to you all another time.